Hey everyone, it's Lindsay from My Crafty Plans. Today I'm coming at you with my February monthly highlights video. I'm really excited. So if you don't know what this is, I keep a line a day memory keeper in my functional planner, and then I just write down one thing that happened every day or one highlight of the day, and then I translate that at the end of the month to a really decorative stickering and journal spread in my monthly cloud planner, which is my regular monthly planner. These are where I do all of my regular my regular weekly plan with me's with all the stickers and everything like that in here. So this is just what I do with my monthly spreads in here. I started this back up in January and I absolutely loved how it came together. So I'm going to keep going with that. I am going to be using kit leftovers this month from one of my Valentine's Day kits. Just thought that would be very appropriate for this. And I don't need a ton of stickers for these spreads beyond like the icons I use for every day, which aren't from a kit anyways. Anyway, I am going to be using this Love Always kit from JKCreates Co. This was one of my Valentine's Day spreads for this year, and I absolutely loved how this came out. Plus, I had a bunch of these floral deco add-ons because she included a bunch of them in my order. So I have tons and tons of deco, which is what I really like to put in these spreads. I had tons and tons of extra deco, so I thought it would be fun to use this in here. I do have a discount code for her shop, which is Lindsay15, and I also have a freebie with her, so you can put my name in the notes to seller to get my freebie. I will try and put a picture of it across the screen. But anyway, this is what I have left from the kit after doing the weekly plan with me. This is already up. The weekly plan with me is up on my channel already. You can check it out, link down in the description below. It was one of my Valentine's Day spreads, like I said, and I just absolutely love this kit. I think it's so gorgeous. So it's plenty of deco and other little items to use and bring into the spread. Plus I have tons and tons of other functional items and foil deco to bring in. A bunch of Simply Gilded washi picked out as well. I also have all of like my icons and character stickers already picked out for the day. So I have plenty to work with here. So I'm just gonna pull out these pages, throw it over the voiceover and jump in. So I'm going to get started with these date covers from Rose Colored Days, and as well I'm going to do date dots this time. And this month, unlike last month, I did remember that I wanted to switch it from a Sunday start to a Monday start. Obviously this entire month already happened since this is a memory spread, but I just really prefer all of my planners to always be Monday starts. So since I was going to use the date covers and the date numbers anyways, I decided to switch it over. These date dots are from My Newest Addiction. They're pretty old, but I absolutely love these little date hearts, and this is in the blush color. So even though I did this with kit leftovers instead of a journaling kit like last month, functionality wise this really worked the same way, basically just using some deco and decorative elements, in this case the full box and some washi and some just leftovers from the kits and other things to just kind of create a little bit of a theme and some decorations for the kit. Then I mostly use the sidebar as journaling space, but I will put a little bit of deco in there, and then I just go through the month and do my thing for every day and just squeeze a bunch of deco in between it just so that it looks really nice and just really heavily floral for this month, or heavily decorated otherwise. I just really like the way that these looks, and it's just really fun. Plus these videos don't take very long for me to do, so it's just like a fun thing. You can sort of sit down for like 30 minutes and just have some fun with stickers and handwriting and all that kind of stuff. But so anyway, for this month the only thing that I did add that I didn't do last time is I did like a little bit of a currently section. I'll put that in at the end at the bottom, and I just listed out like the TV shows that I watched this month. We actually watched 3 movies this month, and I'm not usually a movies person, so that was like kind of a big deal that we had watched 3 movies. And then also I put the books that I was reading. So I thought instead of going through the day by day, since you probably, if you're watching this, you've already seen my weekly plan with me's, which have a lot more detail and these kind of move fast, I could go through my currently list instead. Especially since I do get asked about that, especially books, a lot. So I will preface this by saying I'm pretty bad about tracking what I read, and I don't do book goals anymore. I just found that it kind of like distracted me for reading. I am not like trying to set any goals around reading or anything like that. I just read a lot, and I just mostly read for fun. In terms of what I read this month, actually I'm looking at it now and I realize I did kind of forget one thing, which I'll have to add in for next time, and that's what I've been reading out loud to the kids because we've started doing chapter books with them. But anyway, in terms of books that I read, I actually only marked 2 things in Goodreads this month. I've definitely read a lot more than that, but I don't keep track of what I read from Kindle Unlimited. It's all almost like either romance or like supernatural mysteries right now. That's just kind of what I've been reading on Kindle Unlimited. If I find something really good, I'll mention it on a plan with me, but otherwise I just kind of like burn through them really quickly. In terms of the books that I did read this month that I marked down, the first one was The Ex-Hex, which I had like saw on a Bookstagram recommendation, and I actually really did not like this very much. I just thought it was like very fair. It's like a supernatural romance. I did read the whole thing, and I do DNF a lot of books if I'm just not enjoying them. So it was like very quick paced, which is why I kept reading it, but it just wasn't that great. I have another supernatural romance that I'm waiting for from the library, so hopefully that one's a little bit better. And the other one that I read, which I actually listened to on audiobook, which I don't usually do, was The Golden Boys, which is a YA book by Phil Stamper. And this I absolutely loved. The audiobook for this was fantastic. There were like 4 different point of views, like 4 different main characters, and it just alternated between them each chapter, and they had a different narrator for each one, and it was just really enjoyable. And I'm like super picky about audiobooks, so if you like YA, it was like a fun YA book. Centered around 4 queer teen boys going into their senior year of high school, and it was like the summer between their junior and senior year, and they're like all best friends, but they're going off to do independent summer things, and it's like the first time they've been apart from each other, and it just alternated between all of their summers. I've read a bunch of his books before, and this one was definitely by far my favorite that I've read from this particular author. And then the book that I read with the kids this month that was like I read out loud was we actually read The Year of Billy Miller. And if you have young children, my kids are 6, 4, and 2. This was really for my 6 and my 4-year-old. I would highly recommend this. It's like very much a Ramona style book, except it was written much more recent times. So I found it really enjoyable, and the kids really liked it as well, but definitely aimed at that sort of like 6-year-old age group. It is a book that the little boy in the book is in 2nd grade. And I heard about that book from Samantha, who is Samantha Plans and Reads. And as far as TV shows, we watched The Book of Boba Fett. We started Peacemaker this month, but didn't finish it. And I'm not sure if we're going to or not, because we've kind of moved on and we've been watching some new shows so far this month. But I did like enjoy the episodes that I watched. I just don't really feel like a strong drive to return to it, if that makes sense. And the last show that we watched was Reacher, which is just like based on the crime novels that, I don't know, my dad has read every single one of, they're like really, really popular crime novels. This was a movie starring Tom Cruise, although apparently the Tom Cruise movies are like very not true to the text, and the TV show is very true to the text. So my dad really enjoyed this too, and I just really liked it. It's not like very heavy or depressing or anything like that. It is very violent though, so if that's not your thing, that's not your thing. But I just really, really enjoyed it, and there's going to be more seasons and stuff, so I'm excited about that. It was just in the moment what I wanted, which was just like something that you could just put on and like tune out of life and like not worry about it. You don't have to pay super close attention, but at the same time it was super entertaining. And then for the 3 movies that we watched this month, which I said again, this is like a lot of movies for me to have watched in a month. All of them were on, I actually think all of them were on HBO, but definitely all streaming. So first, along the lines of Reacher, we watched a movie called Nobody, which was starring Bob Odenkirk and is just very much along those same lines, just like a lot of violence, but not super heavy, and you don't have to pay super close attention, but it's really entertaining. And Bob Odenkirk is the guy from Breaking Bad. So we really, really enjoyed that. And then we also watched The French Dispatch, which is the new Wes Anderson film. If you like Wes Anderson films, you will like this one. I really happen to like Wes Anderson films quite a bit. So I very much enjoyed this, and it's like a fun one with like little mini stories. I really, really like this. My husband just thought it was okay because it does feel a little bit long. And then the last movie we watched was Free Guy, which is starring Ryan Reynolds, and it's about a video game character who gains sentience, and it was just incredibly entertaining. Like I just was like laughing out loud. It was very funny, and I really, really enjoyed it. So that one I definitely recommend, especially if you like video games or any video game culture. Okay, that is everything all finished up. I absolutely love how this came together. I think it's really, really pretty. Glad I got to use some more of the gorgeous florals that Jana sent me with this kit, so I'm really excited. And even still with like doing 2 full spreads with this, I still have some more left. I do have a couple of sheets here that I can now throw away, but I will stick the rest of this stuff in my D-Stash giveaway pile and pass that along to someone else. But that is everything for this video. So if you liked it, please give it a big thumbs up. I'd love it if you'd subscribe and check me out on Instagram at mycraftyplans to keep up with everything going on in my planners. Bye.